Oh, YouTube, what's good? What's happening? Let's chit chat for a little bit. I don't know if you guys are joining me right. It's a little bit after midnight. It's 20 minutes after midnight. Right now, well, that's to be determined. We'll see. I'm sure a couple of you will start streaming in, which is fine, which is good if you're up. Um, the guys throughout the world, hopefully I'm not breaking up as bad. Mike Homage, welcome. Nice to see you. Hopefully I'm not breaking up as bad. And things are looking good, at least better now. Ida Hill, what's going on? Good to see you. I know as you guys start coming in, I don't want to keep y'all. Okay, yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. It should be a little bit better because like I have bad internet in general in my area due to, and so Elon Musk internet that I do have is having a because of cloud coverage. But the crazy thing is I could see all the stars. But the claim is cloud coverage. Meanwhile, we've had storms and hurricanes and everything else, and things tend to work rather decent, better than they do now. My Elon Musk internet isn't even finding itself because there's cloud coverage. So, Saddlebone, what's good, brother? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. As you guys come in, the original title, of course, you guys saw was um, Our Health is Our Wealth. And maybe you guys thought that I was using the wrong word for the word our, but I was actually using the correct word for the term our. Not our O-U-R, but H-O-U-R. Our health is our wealth. And as you guys start streaming in, make yourselves comfortable, make yourself at home. I'm Shifty Shady Eyes. What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? What's happening, man? It's good to see you. All right. As you guys make yourselves at home, relax, kick your feet up. We're going to get ready and we're going to jam tonight. I'm in my ride, obviously. And so just bear with me if you would. I am about to find a spot where I could just stop here. Yeah, probably gonna pull in right there because internet is just so bad at my house. It's damn near non-existent at my house right now, which it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, all right. In the meantime, I'm gonna pull up right here. Yeah, park myself right there. Let me do the daddy reverse. Park my ride right there. All right. Okay. Now that I'm settled in, Major Face Palm. What's good, bro? Salute, salute. It's good to see you. How you doing, man? Hopefully everything's going well on your end. Hopefully everything's going well on everybody else's end. I titled this tonight, Our Health is Our Wealth. I'm not going to repeat myself again, which I already just did. But yeah, I named it that because, well, we've experienced the loss of one of ours in the Flat Earth, True Earth community, Zulu One. Many of us may have known him either personally, up close and personal. Me, I wasn't privileged enough to know him up close and personal, but I did get to meet him digitally, like I've met many of you digitally, right? And he 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 treated me well. I met him on the Ghost of Judah Tribes channel. What was it? Back in back in 2021, I think. Either 2021. No. Was it 2021? It may have been 20. No, it was 2022. It was 2022 is when I met him. And he seemed like a cool guy. He treated me well, treated me with respect. That's where I learned of Zulu One, right? That's where I learned of him was from the Ghost of Judah tribe. Hadn't kept up with him much since then. And I did hear of him again through Gene Edited. Um, some of you guys might know Gene from Vika's channel. He tends to do a lot of administrative work through Gene Vika's channel, and he was also in the Mechanical Realm movie as well. So everybody that is familiar with Gene is familiar with him that way as well. So uh, Gene kind of relinked me with Zulu One, and I was getting ready to get to know him because apparently he holds a meetup in Atlantic City, and he was going to hold one in September for next year, 2025. As you guys come in, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you, Mr. Super Sidewinder, Kim Ray, Lumpy Gas in a Vacuum. All right, ABC, here we go. It's good to see you, sis. It's good to see you. T. Smith, what's happening, family? All right, all right. All right, brethren, family, brothers and sisters, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, and so, all right, I'm starting to see it. ABC saying he was my friend. Okay, all right, and it's good to see you too, sis. Yeah, and it seems that everybody has something good to say about Zulu One. Everybody has nothing but positive things to say about him, and he's passed. He's passed. He's gone off to the great beyond. So I guess we could be sad, but we can be glad for him too. It's fortunate that in my opinion, it's fortunate that he's seen the earth for what it truly is. He hadn't left this place without knowing the truth. And to me, that's an important thing. But even though we know that's an important thing, that's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. And so, Sue Finelli, welcome. Welcome, Sue. Sean Aoki, what's happening, bro? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Damn. I'm sorry, family. Nah, it's not a cold. It's not a cold. I had some wasabi peas, and those wasabi peas kind of like jacked up my nose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, kind of got me going. But yeah, man. Yeah, 16 Alpha. It's good to see you, bro. And everybody's saying nothing but good things about Zulu One. Um, our people, Alex Lowry went. I was talking with Alex yesterday, and I've been keeping in contact with Alex and Gene for the last couple of days because they live over in New York. I was also in New York too, kicking it with family and stuff. And I didn't get to go because exactly at that time was family time with my parents. And so this was time with my parents. There's no excuse. I plan on going to the funeral this week. I plan on going to the funeral this week. And so I would like to see many more of our flat earth brothers and sisters over there to pay our final respects to a good man, you know, a good man who not only was a good man because he treated people in the community and outside the community well, but also because he was good enough and smart enough to know and understand truly where it is we don't live. right? And I feel to discover that is a good thing, right? Probably one of the best things, one of the greatest treasures anybody can ever uh, gain, right? Or accomplish. Now, I'm saying all that to basically sum up one point, and that is that Zulu 1 was young. He was young. I know he was 57 years old, and maybe in some countries that is the average life expectancy for a man, but in America here these days, he should have lived well into, I don't know what his genetic history is. I don't know, and I'm not trying to go there, but I think he could have lived and he should have lived a longer life. I don't know if he had any pre-existing conditions or anything. I don't know. I don't know. But I entitled today's topic the way I did was because I feel, whether we're of the flat community, of the globe community, of the rising earth community, doesn't matter what community, we're all human beings. And we all have a ticker, and everybody's ticker stops at some point, whether it's today, tomorrow, or however many years from now. It doesn't go on forever. But in the meantime, in between time, I think it's necessary that we look after, if not only ourselves, we definitely need to look after one another. Um, Talk to one another, talk to each other, especially now during the holiday season, during the cold weather months, where people tend to not be outside much. People may be indoors a little bit more often than normal. And so it's imperative that, I know I'm talking slow, bear with me, guys. It's imperative that we just keep an eye on each other. We just keep in contact with your people, or keep in contact with the people that you love and that you hate, even, right? Just keeping tabs on them, making sure they're doing okay, making sure that they hadn't fallen and they can't get up or they're having a hard time. um it's a good thing he had such a supporting cast. It's a very good thing. And I guess many of us would like to think that we have a supporting cast like that in death, but we don't know because we're dead. So what I mean by that is, how do we want to be remembered? What legacy do we want to leave behind? And I know it sounds like it's a corny thing to ask, and it's kind of cliche, I get it. But we're writing our stories right now. We're writing our stories, right? So as we write our stories, how do not how we see ourselves, but how do the people that are going to read our narrative, how do they see us? How do they see us? And how will they describe us? And who's going to eulogize us? You know what I'm saying? So even though maybe we don't consider these things, maybe we don't think about the legacies that we might leave behind, but who will we touch? Who will we make better? Who will we help change for the better? Who can we help to make become their better selves? Whose lives would we touch? And how do we keep ourselves healthy to where we could see another day? Um, from what I understand, Zulu 1 lost, or just he passed in the middle of a show, from what I understand, from what I've been told. Uh, and that's an unfortunate thing, but at the same time, I feel that's a good thing if this is the case, because he went out doing something that we all enjoy doing, right? Being on giving the testimony of what this place really is, right? As best as we can, as best as we can, telling the truth, telling it like it is. Uh, if I don't die helping somebody or keeping somebody alive, I'd like to go telling the truth. I'd like to go giving testimony to God's green earth or something that's true. I'd like to go that way. I don't want to go in the middle of committing a crime or lying or something like that or deceiving someone. That's not me. I don't think that's any one of us, but rather instead telling the truth of what this place is. Um, but also at the same time, uh, everybody wants to live a long life. I want to live a long life. I know everybody in this chat wants to live a long life. I know everybody in this chat probably sees themselves with grandkids, great grandkids, even, right? And, just living out their years, gardening, making jam, playing with their grandkids, playing poker with the fellas, cooking with, their granddaughters and their grandsons. Boys cook too, you know, but the reality is this might not be the case for everybody. We might not be this lucky, right? To see our golden years. We might not be. I want that for all of us. I really do. Um, and I feel that maybe if we just kept an eye on each other, that's one less thing we would have to worry about. Let me pause for a little bit and let me say hi to the people that came in. Nano CBD, what's happening, brother? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, family. Nate X, what's happening, fam? It's good to see you too, Nate X. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. It is good to see you. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, um, and he's gone. I lost somebody close to me this week again. Geez, he was a mentor of mine when I was growing up, right? And he was also a good friend of my brother's as well. A good man, and he's 62 years old, young, died before his time, right? And we can blame it on a million things. We could blame it on the cocoa, right? But at the end of the day, yes, he had a big support group. He had a very close family and stuff. But then there's some of us that don't have family close by. So again, like I'm harping on the thing that I feel we need to totally keep an eye on one another, right? Have somebody's number, hit the person up, text, video chat, see how the person's doing. Right now we're coming upon the season of, the season. It's the slowdown season, right? We just came out of Thanksgiving. We're rolling into Christmas time. And whether you follow Christmas time or not, this is an opportunity still for families to get together, families to bond. Um, Stop what you're doing as far as work is concerned and link up with your family, grab a beer, get something to eat, sit down, talk politics, talk crap, and talk about what we've learned this year, right? And what we look to achieve for the next year. Man, there's so many of us that may not be in the right headspace this time of year. I don't know. I would imagine that Zulu One's wife and his family, they're going to have a hard time this holiday season without their dad, without their number one. And so, golly, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. For anybody that's lost anybody, especially during these seasons, right? This time of year, I imagine it's not easy. But how do we now that he's gone, how do we help the family, right? But at the same time, with those of us that are alive that are still here, how do we watch each other's back? how do we make sure that the person to the right, to the left, and behind us and in front of us is doing okay? You know what I'm saying? How do we do that? And so I know we've got a pretty tight, at least I would like to imagine that. And thank you, Mary. I appreciate you, Mary. Thank you. I would like to imagine that we all feel close with one another, even digitally, which, even if we're together and close digitally, that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing to have. It's within reason, right? We can't be, some of us are in Arizona and Wyoming and, Wisconsin and all kinds of crazy places in around New York, Washington, but we're close in spirit and digitally. It's better than nothing. But however close we are, however, even with the distance in between us, we just got to watch each other's back. And we have to make sure that we're doing the small stuff, guys. I don't want to be a jerk and to tell you guys what to do. But man, oh man. Uh, guys, I'm eating healthy is being healthy is sometimes it requires a little bit of discipline. Eating healthy, prayer with a mixture of meditation or prayer, and working out, a small workout regimen, right? It doesn't have to be a major one. Go out for a walk, right? Lift a little bit of weight, do a couple of pull-ups, do a couple of push-ups, do a couple of sit-ups, move your body a little bit if you can afford to, right? Um, do some jumping jacks, 20 jumping jacks, 50 push-ups in a day for some people. There was a time where I was doing 2,500 push-ups a day, 2,500 sit-ups a day, right? Um, that was when I was in like ridiculous, I was in unstoppable shape. I was like Super Saiyan, right? I'm a little bit different now. I can knock out 1,000 in a day. That's good enough for me. But whatever it is, man, whatever you could do, I'm just showing off right now. But whatever you could do, do it, right? Move a little bit. There we go. The prison and marine workout. I like it, right? Anything works. Anything works. Now we're just me and Shifty Shady. We're showing off, right? Lumpy gas in a vacuum. It was Zulu 1. Zulu 1 is gone. He's gone. But me and Shifty were showing off a little bit. And yeah, let's talk about the workouts that we do, the things that we do, big or little, doesn't matter, Any little bit helps. Any little bit helps. Um, we can eulogize our brother. We could think about him, but the truth is that he's gone too soon. That's the fact of it all. He's gone too soon. And though he's gone, he's not forgotten, but we have to tend to the people that we have here now. Thinking about Zulu 1, remembering our brother and the legacy that he left behind, picking that up and carrying it forward, but also we have to take care of the team that we have here and now. We have to. We have to. Marcy Chan, how you doing, sis? We are all time part of a simulation. That's right. Learn how to grow food and how to grow herbs. Oh man, Shifty. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm probably going to be going to his last one before they set him in the ground here in a couple of days. I think it's the 12th if I'm not mistaken. So I hope to see you guys there. I hope to see those that plan on attending. I hope to see you guys there. Uh, yeah, yeah. All right, Ida. Okay, good night, Ida. That's right. So, it's a blow. It's a blow, and these things happen. We lost Bob Nodell. We lost, and it to me, every life counts. No matter how big these guys had a channel, right? No matter how much or how little they taught us, every one of these lives is a blow to the community, I feel. But how do we carry on the tradition? How do we carry on their legacies? And how do we honor those that are living today, right? We have to take care of ourselves, family. We have to take, that's right. No more pain. No more pain. Our brother's he's off doing bigger, better things. He's out there fishing. He sees the world. Now he gets to see through the firmament. He gets to see this place and say, you know what? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. What a world. What's happening, brother? What a world. It's good to see you, family. It's good to see you. So yeah, man. Definitely let's remember our brother. If anybody could come to the wake or to the funeral, let's go to the funeral. Let's see our brother off. But um, if you could go to the funeral, great. But after that, we're going to mourn him. We're going to remember his legacy and his memory. It's it's here. It's now. Also, we have to take care of who we have here now. We have to look out for our family here today now. We have to take care of ourselves now. Um, I appreciate you, Nano CBD. Thank you, brother. And yeah, man, let's start passing off these skills. Whatever skills we got, man, whether it's to grow stuff, whether it's to bake bread, whether it's to make beer, make wine, let's pass these skills off, guys. Um, we're writing our, like I said, we're writing our stories as we live. We are writing our stories as we live, and at any time, our story can end. The way we live our life is how we write our story. And at any time, the book will close. It will close on us. And so somebody's going to wind up recounting and reading our story back for people to hear. How is it that we're going to be remembered? How do we want to go out? Are we the type to get an excessive amount of sleep every day? Are we the type to shirk our duties, to ignore the people in our lives? Um, I know I have a hard time answering back. Sometimes I get into a pit of work and I tend to forget people sometimes. I get into that I get tunnel vision and I just go to work and I can't I find it hard to get out sometimes. Um yeah, yeah. God bless him, man. God bless his soul, bless his family. Bless him, bless his family, and bless his children. That's right. Awaken Nemesis, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Oh, Awaken Nemesis dropped some knowledge on us. I appreciate it, man. Sourdough is healthy. I appreciate it. Awaken Nemesis, welcome, brother. It's good to see you. So, um, yeah, man, we 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 uh we have to take a serious look at how we're living this life. I know I have to take a serious look. I have to take a step back and look again and make sure that I'm prioritizing the things that need to be properly prioritized. And maybe not so much work, but rather, if it is work, working on myself, but working on myself to help make this place better. However that looks, right? Um, maybe I could use less sleep, right? Maybe not as much sleep and a little bit more time being awake, thanking the Most High for what time I have left, whatever it is. Jim Anus, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Matthew Senko, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. Matt Senko's in the house. Frank Monday, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. I'm good, man. Yeah. Pebbles something simpler. All right, what's happening, family? How you doing, sis? Good to see you too, sis. It's amazing to see you. Cajun Art Guild, how you doing? Porter, what's happening, bro? It's good to see you, man. All right, all right. It's good to see you. And yeah, T. Smith, it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. Death is never, no matter how much we try to mature ourselves with what it is, and everybody has their time, it's never easy. You know what I'm saying? Luke, what's happening, brother? Luke 23:43. It's good to see you, family. It's good to see you. And so, um, let's not get caught up in the debates. As a matter of fact, uh, I feel that a lot of these debates, and I've always felt this way, they're not doing us any favors, man. They're not doing anything for us. These debates, waste of time. Waste of time. What legacy are we leaving behind? What legacy are we leaving behind for the kids? This is why I'm not even trying to do a pitch for the Antikythera mechanism. I'm really not. But this is why, to me, it's so important that this project gets done. But it's done with a purpose. And it's done with the purpose of taking care of the future generations. We see coming down the pike what it's looking like, or what we think it's going to look like here in the future. And it's not a pretty future with those that are already in charge. They don't have anything in mind for us, and we can't. They're acting as if they're the main cast, and we're background players. We're the NPCs. No, they're the NPCs. They're the ones that need to follow us. But they've got it in our minds that we're NPCs, that we follow them. There's a problem in that. They don't think like we do. They don't act like we do. They don't care about this world like we do. They don't look at people the same way we look at people. They don't consider people as living souls, as people that contribute. They look at us like we're termites or we're cockroaches or we're parasites. That's how they view us. Like we're the parasites. Excuse me. And so I'm not I don't even know how to put this. But now you have these people talking about they're going to go, they just killed this president. Apparently they killed the president of Syria. They're starting more BS and more nonsense. We're going to have to pay for it. We're going to have to send our kids to do this fucking fighting everywhere. Meanwhile, we have our own fucking problems. We have our own people dying of shit we have no fucking clue about. They want to destroy things like simple things, like healthcare, things that we pay into. Even though it's a construct that they've built, they want to remove it because they think we're the parasites. They want to cut this, they want to cut that because they think we're the parasites. Like we have to walk away, family. We have to be ready because this internet going down at my house, I can't rely on it. The gasoline that we pump into our cars, no matter how expensive or inexpensive it gets, listen and listen well. there may come a time very soon, much sooner than we expect, than we like, where those pumps may not turn back on. Where that drop of gas that you've got in your car, that's it. That's it until something happens. I'm not trying to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but these guys know that we're waking up. These guys understand that we've had enough, and they're expecting to put the lights out on us. So what do we tell our kids? Of course, and pray, always pray. Always pray, work on what's inside, work on what you can pray for pray for the best, hope for the best. Expect the worst, prepare. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Prepare for the worst. Prepare for the worst. I am not trying to be doom and gloom, but prepare. If we have internet, that's a good thing. If we still have it, that's great. If it gets cut off on us, what's a secondary means of communication? Um, Make sure you have a walkie-talkie. Make sure you have portable chargers, a generator, um, mirrors, magnifying glasses. Make sure you have them. Um, I know I sound like Mr. Doom and Gloom again, but I don't know how else to put it. I really don't. Um, the death of our brother and the death of my mentor really has me thinking, like, what am I going to leave for my girls? Money, money just, no. Money, they can change that overnight. What are we going to leave for our kids? Yeah, I pray that's true. I pray that's true. I like to say that we were a strong generation, Generation X. We could get hit by a car and then just get up, wake up, and go home just in time for dinner and kind of like walk it off. Kids these days, I pray for them. All I could do is pray. Mm, I'm going to check that out. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, family. I totally agree. I totally agree. That's right. Make sure you have your Bibles and a few pieces of silver. If you hadn't noticed, silver's gone up quite a bit these days. Silver has gone up. Um, it's like selling at around $32 a piece. 31, $32 a piece, something like that. So buy you it. Listen, guys, it wouldn't hurt for every paycheck, buy two pieces of silver. Just do it. $60. It sure beats going to the bar, getting drunk, getting hammered, going out, spending it on video games. Yeah. But they have a thing called Atmex. Go to Atmex, right? And get you get you some silver. Get two pieces of silver every paycheck up until, up until you can, right? Within reason, something that doesn't break the bank. Every paycheck, y'all. Um Also ammo, make sure you have your ammo on hand. Make sure you have different ammo, shotgun shells, 5.56, 300 blackout, 9 mil, 45, 22, little varmint rounds. Make sure you have your ammo. Make sure you have enough 550 to build, for tents, um, pulling equipment. Cutting equipment, 550 works as an awesome cutter of PVC. And you know, get books on how to plant, books on survival out in the wilderness. Just get them, have them on hand, put them in a bug out bag, have a bug out bag in your car, have a bug out bag in the garage, have these things ready and available. I have a couple of bug out bags, right? Uh, you know, every so often I might change a few things out, I might add a few things, but I always have a bug out bag available, made ready for me, because I never know. Th- Yes, they are. They are evil. 13th monkey, I read you, but do your due diligence. That's what I'm going to say. Do not trust these people to have your best interests at heart, because they won't do what you need to do what you need to do. You understand? 13th monkey, don't trust them. If you hadn't heard, apparently what they've done, I don't know how true this is. I haven't read any reports. I've just heard through the grapevine. But Canada has taken many of the remainder of the people's guns and they've sent them to Europe, to the Ukraine, Eastern Europe, sure. But they've sent them to the Eastern Europe, to the Ukraine for those guys. We're lost. They're lost. We are lost here in the North American continent. Absolutely lost. So if you don't know what to do, get some books. If you're unsure, get some books, learn from somebody. And if you know how to do it, make sure you teach it. I have some good books on making traps and everything else. I've got a whole bunch of good survival books. I've done it myself, but it's always good to have these things on hand as a guide. It's always good. Uh, a Boy Scout's handbook, useful. Navy has a Blue Jackets manual, depending on where you live, useful. An Army field guide, useful. A SEER survival guide, I have a few of those, useful, right? And so these things are small, but they're powerful. Small, but powerful. It's not saving your life, but it's a good guide to have. If you can read, it's a good guide to have. Read through it now. Get on the toilet, read through it, right? Come up with a contingency plan for you and your family. These are all small things we can do to help ourselves in the latter days. That's all I'm saying. Just small things that we can do, right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just have the stuff. Compass, wire, basic stuff. Yeah, exactly. Basic stuff. Yep. Make traps. Make small traps for game. If you don't want to waste bullets, make traps. If you have 22 rounds, which those things are like literally a dime a dozen, damn near, you don't want to waste, you don't want to give your position away a lot of times by shooting at things. So learn how to make traps. Learn how to make booby traps. Learn how to trap your food, right? To catch animals, yes. Slingshots. Get a slingshot. I've got a few, and I've got a butt ton of slingshot ammo, right? This is to kill varmints. Kill varmints, kill small rodents, beavers, squirrels, rabbits, neutral rats, depending on where you live. Well, I got you, ABC. I eat animals. I ain't gonna lie to you. I eat them. Medical herbal handbooks, exactly. Know your area. I know I'm saying a lot, but know where you live. Know what plants grow where, what plants are prevalent, what's good to eat, right off the bush, what you can't eat off the bush. Um, these are small things. These are small things that we can that'll take us far, right? Know what's in your immediate area, know what it is you can eat, what you can wash and then eat, right? How to clean water, just I know I sound wild right now, but I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. Learn, and yes, absolutely, learn how to grow your food. Totally, totally. Yep. Don't be surprised, man. A new list of banned guns is also in the works. Wow. Ah, it's time. Yep. Yeah. 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 And a slingshot. Slingshots are cheap, y'all. Slingshots are cheap and totally legal, except for in New York. Whatever. Get a slingshot. Put it in your bug out bag. Put two. Put two. Put three away. Get yourself a bow and arrow. Get a bunch of arrows because they're cheap. Okay. BB gun, bow and arrow, slingshot, blow dart gun, whatever. These things don't make any noise and they don't give away your position. A gun is almost like last resort. Even if you have millions of rounds of ammo, ammo can be used as a bargaining tool as well. So keep that in mind, right? It's good to have these things for survival, whether you're surviving out on a hunt or you're bartering and trading, right? Strategic weapons. Oh man. Major face palm. Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. Yeah. Yeah. Get a crossbow, bow and arrow. Listen, I made a bow and arrow. I made a very nice bow. It's um it's 45 pound a 45-pound draw. It's a 45-pound draw of a bow. So it's made out of PVC piping. It was easy to make. I made it, and my wife at the time looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, "Hey, man, you could look at me like that. I know how to make these, and I just made them from time to time, just to make sure that I knew what I was doing when I needed to make it. I'll send you guys the link on how to make this bow, how I learned to make it. But I got the parts from Home Depot. They were cheap, and I made a bow, a functioning, super strong bow. Yes, and it works. Yes. That's a good one. Reinforce the doors. So Cajun Art Guild, that's Porter, that's what I learned. That right there is Canada was taking the guns, sending them to the Ukraine. Sending them to the Ukraine. 23% carbon tax, kill the yeah, okay. And they're about to carbon tax the hell out of everybody that's driving a non-electric car. If you're driving a gas guzzler, like everybody in their right mind is, you're going to pay the price. Literally pay the price. They're going to hit you with taxes until they close the pumps. And if we get wise and we just keep paying the carbon tax or whatever, they're just going to shut the pumps off. It's kind of like people that are playing like something like say EverQuest or something, or uh, you know, you know, Age of Empires online, and then they just shut down the servers. Doesn't matter who's playing. They just shut down the servers because they're just not servicing that game anymore. Ammo, yes. Nails butted to a door to keep anybody out. Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one. Yeah, I'm gonna send that link. We all got guns here in Canada. People in the USA think we have no guns. It's hilarious. No, Sean Aoki, I figured you guys have guns over there. I'm not crazy. I know y'all do. But yeah, don't let the government get to you, man. Do not let them, because they're going to give them to those foreigners over there so they could protect themselves. Meanwhile, you're left there high and dry, butt naked. Don't even mess with it. Yeah, yeah. Get you a listen. Get you some high techs, some high points. Some Kel-Tecs, whatever. If you don't have one, get a third arm. Make sure you get a third arm and you protect yourself and you protect your family, because these people ain't gonna do it. I could tell you, like something is awry, something is amiss, right? Uh, Something that I knew as I was retiring, I said, man, these benefits that I've got as a retired military vet, you guys know a little bit about my military history. So I'm retired, right? And as a retired and I'm disabled, I got jacked up, years. I didn't sit behind a desk. I was active duty, getting my ass busted up, right? And so I'm a 100% disabled vet. I'm damaged goods. And so they're going to cut, like seriously cut veterans benefits. I expected it. Do I like it? Absolutely not. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. Do I think they're wrong for that? Absolutely. Is there NASA that they can cut? Absolutely. They're going to cut us because they think we're parasites again. So the military is really the only difference between us and the military and every other civilian. The difference is we wear a uniform and we go places and do things that some of you guys didn't do or aren't willing to do. It is what it is, right? Um, but they still, to them, we're still parasites. We're just parasites that are trained. To them, that's the difference. To them, that's the difference. Um, but I'm not here to pat every armed forces member on the back, even though I pat you on the back and I give you all the respect if you're in the armed forces or if you have a loved one in the armed forces or have been and you serve this country. I salute you. Even if you're in the Marines, Daddy salutes you, right? Um, but these guys, they don't see us any different from anybody else. So don't think you're special. Um, because we're all in the same boat as every civilian. They have this guy named Pete Hegseth that's supposed to be going as a Sec Def, is Trump's front runner as Sec Def, and he is a former military vet. He is looking to cut all of our benefits as well. Okay, you just had this freaking you just had this health insurance, United Health Insurance CEO get smoked. He just got two packed, right? And so, oh yes, sir, will do. So this dude, give me 1 second. I will take care of that, brother. So this dude goes ahead. Hope you didn't lose me. Here we go. I put that in here. There it is. Paste. Boom. Okay. Boom. All right. Boom. There it is. Whew. I'm having a hard time with this chat, y'all. Just trying to do this different on the phone is difficult. So I apologize, y'all. Yep, I'm back. I apologize. One more quarter. What's good, brother? It's good to see you, family. It's good to see you. Live music. What's happening, family? Yeah. So this CEO that was killed, um, a lot of people are. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people are happy, and that kind of goes to show you that anybody could get touched. Anybody. Doesn't matter if it's the guy that does Starlink. Doesn't matter if it's the guy that does Amazon. Doesn't matter if it's the guy that does Microsoft. Doesn't matter if it's the guy that does Virgin. all these Berkshire Hathaway, all of them, they can all get touched. We can all get touched. Ain't nobody here, ain't nobody out here special. Ain't nobody out here special, man. Anybody could get it. I don't care how powerful they are, it don't matter. And you know what? Seeing that guy go down, you got these people running scared like a bunch of roaches in the light. It is what it is, man. But you're not a main character. Not a main character. You're not an NPC. Okay? We're the current. We're the ones that make this shit run. It's not them. It isn't them. There may be many of us, and many of us have our own problems, but we all got the same thing. We all got the same thing. We got children we want to raise. We got families we got to feed. We got our own sanity to keep in check. We got this life we're trying to live. We're trying to stay warm. We're staying fed. We're trying to take care of our neighbors. We're trying to take care of our aging parents. And then they throw this nonsense at us. They throw this nonsense at us, man, like, nah, you are not an NPC. Don't consider, listen. And I want you, you know what? Here's another thing. Here's a task. We're going to stop calling them our leaders. They are no longer, they don't deserve that title anymore. They are not our leaders. They are not. They are our servants. So we need to refer to them as such. We need to refer to them as our servants, our elected, our selected servants. That's it. That's it. And you want to know something? That's it. That's it. We need to change this whole attitude. You're not, no, you're not a leader. You're not who are you presiding over? No, you're my servant. You do what I tell you to do. That's what you do. You don't give me problems. Right now, you guys are giving us problems. That's not what we're here for. You're here to do what we tell you to do. And that's how we need to approach these things. We need to, it's they can write whatever they want to write. And that's the crazy part, is they've written so many things that they don't follow the things that they write. Do you notice that? They write all this stuff. They don't follow it. They have their own set of rules. So who says that? Who says that we need to do what it is they say the way they say it? No. No. We've elected you. You have a man in the White House right now that decided to, and listen, I don't know about the Vietnam War, okay? I wasn't even alive during the Vietnam War, even at the end of the Vietnam War. Ended in 1975 or so. I wasn't alive then, right? 75, 72, I think, something like that. I wasn't alive for Vietnam. But I do know that you have people that dodged the draft. I do know that you have people that as soon as the government came calling, they ran. They tucked tail and they ran. It's funny how our commander, our quote unquote commander in chief, decides he wants to tuck tail and run when his country calls upon him to fight. And yet he wants to do all this stuff to us. This is why I don't vote. This is exactly why I haven't voted for either one of them, the devil or Satan. So, I mean, no, they're not our leaders anymore. And you know what? They need to and it doesn't have to be something of violence. It doesn't. It doesn't. But we need to let them know we're on to their shit. We need to let them know. Be like, your time is up. You're not our leadership. That's not what we doing. We ain't, nah. We on something different now. You on our time now. We are not on your time. You see, because I look at it like this. Now they're trying to do things to protect themselves, if you notice. They put a guy in charge from India, which I don't mind Indian people. But if we take a look back, all you need to do is just look at super recent history, as recent as the last few years, right? Look at how India claimed to have gone to the moon. They didn't go to the moon. We all know that's BS. Look at who look at who also ran for president, an Indian woman, which I have no, like I said, I have no problems with Indian people. But obviously, the country of India is starting to bolster itself as a world power, which it is what it is. You could do in India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, all that whole region, all that, y'all could do what y'all do. And look at who President or our servant that they call number 47, look at who he's putting in charge of the FBI to disclose information. Okay, well, it's funny. It's funny. To disclose information, you're putting an Indian guy. All right. To streamline how everything works government wise, you're putting another Indian guy and another billionaire in charge. You're putting an Indian woman, Tulsi Gabbard, I think she is. It Tulsi Gabbard? No, 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 she's not Indian. Excuse me. But you're putting all these people in charge. None of them. It doesn't make any sense. To me, it makes sense that something nefarious is upon us, and I feel it's because we've awakened to such an extent that they're trying to say, "Oh, by the way, we're going to release the JFK files." Well, okay, we know that you guys did it. What about this Epstein stuff? What about the COVID stuff? Why don't you release that stuff? Release that information. Hmm? What about this stuff about the whole Earth being flat? Because we've come to realize this, but you don't talk about cutting NASA's funds. We know that they're crooked. We know that these guys are making 60 to the tune of $63 million a day. It's not a secret. But you want to cut everything? You want to cut everybody's health care that many people aren't getting? You want to cut military benefits? Meanwhile, you want to send us to these freaking wars. And while we're downrange, we have no say so as to what happens. You know, you have all these people in this country that they don't want to be in, but they're fighting because this is what they signed up for. I get it. I get it. Right? That's part of the game, right? And as you sign up for this stuff, they put you in a place where you start inhaling stuff in these burn pits. Yeah, exactly. And the vice president's wife is also Indian. I find it, listen, it doesn't it it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. So as a normie, it doesn't make sense. But if you're in this camp, it totally makes sense. These guys got some stuff going on, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't work. It doesn't look like they want it to work in our favor. It doesn't play well. I don't trust Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't trust Elon Musk. I don't trust Kash Patel. I don't trust JD Vance. I don't trust Donald Trump. I don't trust none of those people. J- Freaking Peter Hegseth. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. What have they done for them to earn our trust? Nothing. Donald Trump faked his ear getting shot off. Nobody's talking about that. I don't trust them. Well, you can't trust these people. I don't trust them. I don't trust Elon Musk. I don't trust him. He knowingly launched a car in space that wasn't in space that we caught out there. It appears to be in a studio, and he says they're going to Mars. We know you're lying, dude. So you want to take money from everything else that has nothing to do with you, but the thing that directly has an impact on what it is you do, i.e., SpaceX, you don't want to remove their funding. Meanwhile, we've caught these motherfuckers to be the biggest fraudsters in the goddamn government. NASA, the biggest fucking fraudsters. Meanwhile, you don't want to cut their funding. But here we are. We've been saying, occupy NASA, occupy the fucking frauds, unoccupy them, whatever. Right? We've been calling them out on their bullshit for years. And then you have people that are supposed to be taking care of us. that don't even want to push to sue NASA. They're not our fucking leaders. They're not our leadership. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. When I was in the Navy, real leadership, there was a saying that we said. Mission first, sailors always. Always the sailors. Always the sailors. Always the sailors. Mission first, sailors always. These guys aren't real leaders, man. They're not real. They're not leadership. They're not leadership. I think our first order of business is to stop considering them as such. We have to stop. It is time we stop calling them leadership. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We need to make a campaign. You're not our leadership. This is not what we're doing. No. No. Even if this dude, if he has an inauguration in the 20th of January, you know what? People don't show up. Or if you do show up, throw eggs at the motherfucker. Don't fucking play into his bullshit. You just had him here the other day in France shaking hands with Marines. In one hand, in his right hand, he's shaking hands. In his left hand, he's got a knife behind his back because he's about to stab these dudes in the back. I see you, Swallow GE. Well, here's the thing, Swallow GE. Even if you don't sue NASA, you need to disband them. Don't sue them, but get rid of them. Get rid of them. Because $63 million, do you know where that money could go, Swallow GE? $63 million. And yeah, they've been hijacked by them, but we need to let all of them know. We need to let all of them know they are not our leaders. Let me tell you, do you know how back in 2020, I'm sure you guys remember back in 2020 how things got crazy, how we started taking all these, actually, it was well before 2020. It was like around 2016, 2014, 2015. We started taking all the monuments down of all these great, quote unquote, great heroes, right? Of all these Confederate leaders and this one and that one. We were taking their statues down, right? We were taking it, and it was to show that they were taking the statues down, and it was a symbolism to show that, this is not, we're not a slave world. This is not a slave nation, or it's not supposed to be. But here we are, 2024, calling these guys our kings, our elected kings and leadership. So this is what we need to know, and this is what we need to put into everybody's mind. They need to know they are, no, you're not. That's not who you are. You're not who you think you are. We know you're not who you think we are. And we need to let the rest of the public know this, because as soon as they know that we have the power, they won't be scared. They won't be scared. They won't be scared of anything. This is where they have their power. Their power lies in our fear. Their power lies in our fear. So it's coupled with a couple of things. Not knowing that God exists. You should be afraid. You'd be afraid if you didn't know that God exists. Or if you knew that he exists and you was cutting up, you'd definitely be afraid. You should be afraid, right? You totally should. But to not know that he exists and to think that you're going to experience nothing but emptiness, blackness, when you die, right? But to know that he exists and to know that he is omnipotent and omni everything, to understand these things and to know that he's the end all be all and not this person that's in some so-called White House. I mean, this is what's crazy. They put themselves in these habitats to make it appear that they are gods. This is why them appearing on TV is such a big deal, because it makes them omnipresent. They're everywhere at once. Do you not understand? This is all done on purpose. This is all done to make them appear that they're bigger than life. This is all done to make them appear as if they don't put their shoes on one foot at a time, their pants on one leg at a time, their gloves on one glove at a time, that they don't get sick. It doesn't matter how good their health care is, that they don't get sick, that they don't have feelings, that they don't jump if somebody jumps at them. They don't flinch. They're trying to make you think that they're bigger than God. That's why they put themselves in the White House. The White House all big, and it's like Mount Olympus over there. And that's what it is. Yes. Yes. And we need to get if these globe earth people is about it, then they need to get on board, and if not, well, we need to pass them by. They need to stay here and be scared. But the first part is that we have to acknowledge who they're not. They are not our leaders. You notice what they've been doing over the last few years? Your mother and your father. They're telling you that your mother and your father have no say so as to your safety, that you're your own person. But then you cease to become your own person when you get arrested. You become property of the state, which you've probably always been property of the state with the birth certificate, things that I'm starting to learn now. They claim that they own you. They claim that they own us. And they're telling us that our mothers and our fathers, the people that gave birth to us, don't don't dictate how we live. See, they got us all fucked up, man. They got us all fucked up. And I wasn't trying to turn this into a conspiracy theory show. I wasn't. I was trying to give a shout out, send love to Zulu One, to Zulu One's family, to Zulu One's soul. Give love over there. But this ties in, unfortunately. Shout out Zulu One, brother. Rest in power, brother. We're gonna carry on, man, and we're gonna push for your soul and for your name, brother. We will. Man, you know what? Blacks don't even, lot of blacks think we still live on a ball, brother. Blacks are way where many of us are lost. For those that have found our way, God bless you. For those that haven't, God bless you. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray for many of our black brothers and sisters, but so many of us are so concerned with white people feeling a certain way about us that we're afraid to take another step, or we're taking a step in the wrong direction. A lot of us, because that's the scary thing, is if black people could figure it out, I think that would help. That would help this world a lot. That would help this world a lot. If we figured it out, it's over for the government. That's why they don't want us figuring it out. Because here's the thing, I want y'all to realize something. I want y'all to realize something. And my parents, right? My parents are from Haiti. So I'm first generation American, right? We've got black Americans out there. To me, we black. Black from America. We're just part of a diaspora, right? We've spread out throughout the world. But you've got black Americans, the Native American mixed in with many Africans that were brought here, and they're black. They are black, right? And so we have the black Americans, a little bit different from the Haitians, even though that's an America, right? It's not the black America, which is fine, man, because hey, man, I stand up for my black brethren all day, and black sister all day, all day. But we're the last. If we get it, if we figure it out, that makes it better for everybody. It does. It's a scary thing for those in charge that claim they're in charge. This leadership, they want to separate it. That's how bad it is. We do bleed red. Yep, we do. 30 deadline. If we can delay, yes, yes, exactly. So that's funny that you mentioned the 2030 deadline, because by 2030 is when they want to have an electric car in everybody's garage. How the hell do we afford that? How do you afford an electric car if you ain't got money? Well, I could tell you how you can afford it. They can wipe many of us out and just leave a bunch of rich people around. They can leave a bunch of rich people around and wipe most of us out. They'll be able to afford whatever they want. We need to, you know what? It's a campaign. They are not our leaders' campaign. You do not control us campaign. We need to make that loud and clear. You're not in charge of us campaign. It sucks. It sucks that we're here. But you want to know something? It's time. It's about that time. We need to wake them up with a Christmas gift. You're not in charge of us, by the way. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You're not in charge. You're not in charge. So don't, whatever you think you're gonna pull, you might want to reconsider. You're not in charge. And I think that we need to start saying this, and we need to make it stick, and it needs to be meant. We need to mean it, because we've given these people far too much time. We've given them too much time. They've got too much time in the seat to do right by us, and instead they're going to screw us at every turn. You know, there are people in this chat that probably voted for the guy that's in there right now, and you know what? I don't blame you. I really don't blame you, because even though he's in office, like, even though I don't like any of them, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I always hope for the best. I always hope for the best. I always, always, always pray for the best. I'm like, hey, even though I don't like that guy in charge, I hope they do something to make this country a better place for everyone. I hope they do something to remove the bad taste out of our mouth that we still have from 9/11, because it hasn't left. Believe it or not, 9/11, that stain of 9/11 is still there. It hasn't left, y'all. It hasn't left. America is still is in it's in a funk. I don't know if you could feel it, but I'll tell you what, since 9/11 happened, I haven't not felt it. Since 9/11 happened, this world has changed for the worse. Like, we need to start getting it into your head. They are not our leaders. They're not. You're not my king. You're not my God. You're not my mother. You're not my father. I've got those two already. You're not even my aunt or my uncle. They got more say in how things go in my life than you should. My aunt and my uncle. Why should you? You're not my leader. You're just not. You're not. And so I need you to understand that you not being my leader, you're not going to put me in harm's way. So whatever you think you're going to do, you need to think twice. Because if you harm me, you're actively harming me. I'm going to have to protect myself. I'm going to have to protect my family. This is how we need to think. Listen, we need to start thinking this way. We need to start thinking this way. We need to start letting people know that we've been thinking wrong for a long time. We've had it backwards for a long time. We think we've been reading the Bible. God's been telling us there's no one but him. There's no one but him, but we're putting people in front of him. Do we not understand that? Like, not it's not just you, it's me too. We're putting these people in front of him. These people that mean to harm us, these people that mean to harm our families, these people that they say, you know what? Everywhere you look, they say trust them. They say trust them, and many of us, like idiots, like sheep, we still trust them. And then we wonder why our numbers keep dropping, why many of us can't reproduce, why many of us are getting achy and getting old and getting damaged and getting sick at every turn. We're wondering why. Well, it's because they're poisoning us. They're harming us. We're allowing them to harm us. We're really allowing them to harm us. Part of that is us electing our leadership. We're putting them as leaders in charge of us. Do you not know that? So we just need to stop. Really, that's what it boils down to. We just need to stop. Yes. Yes, and you know what? Everybody should sue them because they're part of the problem. If not just the Catholic Church, every church, every church has got us into this way of thinking. You know what they're going to do? They're going to try and kill protests here at the. They're going to make it illegal. They're going to make it illegal. This is why you need to get with your community. Get with your community. Absolutely get with your community. Your community, get close with your community and make it stick, man. Get close with your community and make it stick because uh when the power goes out, really it's you and your community. That's it. The bonds that you've made. So get in good with your community. Get in good with your community. Do not trust these people. You can't trust them. You can't. Those guys in the White House they're letting us know every day, especially as of recent, that they are not on our side. They're letting us know every day they're not on our side. They shake hands with people, they kiss babies. They're lying to us, man. They're still lying to us. They are not on our side. We have the power. We also grant the power for leaders. We give that power. So we can also take it away. We don't need people in there to tell us, oh, well, your vote doesn't count. No, my vote does count. I live here, don't I? I contribute, don't I? You see those potholes that were in the road? Guess who got rid of them? Yours truly. You see those trees that you needed over there? Who do you think put them up? You didn't. I put them up. You see those houses that were built? Who do you think put them up? Me and my boys, my family did it. You didn't do any of that. So who the hell are you telling me to do whatever? Fuck out of here. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. You're not our leaders. This needs to, and you want to know, listen, it doesn't need to stay here because this is what they're going to do. Because it's coming from me, they're going to say flat earthers. This is what I'm telling you. They're going to say flat earthers have lost their mind. Flat earthers are now calling for war with the government. This is what they're going to say. Mark my words. I'm just telling you. They're going to say flat earthers are now becoming anarchists. No, we're not anarchists. No, we don't want blood. Nobody wants bloodshed. We want to live our lives. That's it. We want to live our lives. We want to be good citizens. We want to be good people. We want to live with good people. We want to live alongside good people. We want to take care of our families. That's it. We don't want to go out and kill Iraqis. We don't want to go out and kill Syrians. We don't want to go out and kill people from wherever. We don't want to kill them. We don't want to kill Russians. Why do we want to kill Russians? We don't want to kill Russians. We don't want to kill Africans. We don't want to kill Chinese people. We don't want to kill Japanese people. We don't want to do these things. We don't want to have wars. We don't want them. We don't want to kill Palestinians. We don't want it. We don't want to kill Ukrainians. We don't want it. We don't want it. We want our guns. If we have people bringing drugs in here, we want to kill them. That's who we want to kill. That's who we don't want. We don't want to harm anybody else. We want to take care of our neighbors. We want to take care of our kids. We want to take care of our communities. That's it. We want to eat a steak on a Saturday night. We want to have a beer on a Saturday night. That's it. We want to have power. We want to stay warm. We want to sing Christmas carols. If you believe in that, that's fine. We don't want war. But you're not going to bring problems to us. You're not going to bring diseases to us. You're not going to poison our food. That's not what you're going to do. You're not going to drop pills and dirty medicine on us. You're not going to tell us that you're taking care of us insurance-wise. Meanwhile, when it comes time to file a claim, you can't do it. You're not going to tell us that. You're not going to take away stuff that we pay into. And then when we get taxed, for every time you turn, every paycheck you make, you get taxed. Every time you buy a piece of gum, you get taxed. Every time you get listen. Do you know how many contests I won on the radio show for music trivia? Probably close to 20. Do you know they gave me some kind of fucking form in the IRS saying that I owe taxes? Because I won a fucking contest. These motherfuckers are serious. I got taxed because I won a contest. That's what they're telling me. Octopus. That's it. That's it. That's it. Listen. We need to tell them. We need to tell them. We need to tell them. That's it. Like, we're done. We're done. We're done. Because look, the current guy in the White House is talking about, hey, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But now that's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. And so we're used to a level of comfort. But God damn it, do you know how hard we work? For those of us that do work, or those of us that are looking for work, these motherfuckers think that we're just getting a free fucking ride. We work harder than Europeans. We work harder than other people that seem to have time to get vacations. We don't have time to fucking take vacations because we're trying to feed our families. We're trying to fucking keep our heads above water. We're trying to pay off light. We're trying to pay off gas. We're trying to pay off the fucking mortgage. The fuck? Like I don't get it. People think, oh, Americans got it good. Motherfucker, we work hard. We fucking work hard. So when I hear a fucking European lazy American, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Do you know in Europe they have some shit called fucking siesta? Do you know they have some shit called reposo? You know what that is? It's a fucking break in the middle of the fucking day. That's what it is. It's a break. It's a fucking coffee break. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm all for a coffee break in the middle of the day for 4 or 5 fucking hours where you could fuck your wife all goddamn day and get her pregnant and have more kids. I'm all for it. You don't have that in America. You know what they do? They have you work for however many hours. Do you know something? Let me tell you another thing. When I was in the fucking Navy, you weren't allowed to take a break until chow time unless you smoked. So the only time you could take a fucking break is if you developed a shitty habit like smoking. Isn't that some shit? So they were like, well, if you want to take a break, you better develop a fucking habit. I was like, I am developing a habit. I'm going to take a weight room break. So every hour, I would go down to the weight room, load that motherfucker up with 315, and then I just start fucking throwing up some reps. My chief caught me one day, and then he was like, hey, you know, you can't do that. You can't take a break right now. It's not your break. I was like, hey, man, this is my break. And this is what I'm doing for a break. He's like, but you're supposed to be on the smoke deck. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking a fucking stupid habit that's absolutely dumb that's going to wind up causing me cancer. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. Not fucking doing that. I was a rebellious fucker. I was even as a sailor, I was like, that's not what the fuck I'm doing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not picking up a fucking smoking habit. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't doing that shit. That ain't what we doing here. We're not on that time. So anyway, I did a fucking weight room break. But that's how you got your breaks. You had to fucking develop a smoking habit. And that's some bullshit. So here in America, you're gonna fucking work, or you're gonna have your time docked, and you're gonna have a fucking overseer or your fucking manager over you telling you, hey, where were you for these last however many long? This, that, the third. Why weren't you doing A? Why weren't you doing B or C? Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So don't listen to a European or anybody that lives outside this country and tell you as an American, you don't fucking work hard. You work too fucking hard. You work way too fucking hard for your own good. You work so fucking hard a lot of times, you don't even fucking notice it. You don't notice the bruises and the missing skin on your fucking knuckles and your goddamn calloused hands. You don't fucking know. After a while, you just go on fucking automatic. That's it. That's it. This isn't me complaining. I'm not complaining. Don't think that at all. I'm not complaining and I'm not mad. I've come to a point to where I'm like, it's an awakening, right? The flat earth does shit like that to you. This is why the flat earth is so scary. Take heed, globe people. This is why it's so fucking scary. Because this is the path that brings you down. This is where it leads you to realization, self-realization, what you're not supposed to do, how you're not supposed to think, who you're not supposed to follow. That's where the fucking flat earth leaves you. That's where it leads you. That's where it brings you, unfortunately. Sorry. Sorry you're not fucking there yet, globe people. Sorry. Keep living in your fucking wonderland. Stay there. Stay there. Stay asleep. Please continue to stay asleep, globe people. It's crazy. We're on crazy time right now. So now we're at a level of uncertainty as to, we don't know what, listen, this is what we know. They're taking away TikTok on the 20th of January, around there. They're talking about disbanding the FBI by the 20th of January as well. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but keep in mind the 20th of January, a lot of things will cease to exist. A lot of things will cease to exist. I'm not saying that this is a good thing, or I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying this is something to keep in your forefront, to keep that in front of you and consider these things. That's all. There's a possibility. This is what's on the chopping block. Whatever benefits that you have as regular civilians, that's probably on the chopping block as well. Because, like I said, they look at us like we're the parasites, like we're the problem. We're the problem. We're the ones that make this whole fucking shit happen, but we're the problem. Can you believe this? This is how arrogant these people are, man. They don't put their kids, they don't put their family in harm's way. Anytime fucking people get hit with goddamn mud floods and, goddamn landslides and tornadoes and shit, do you think their family's in the way of that shit? Never. Never. Donald Trump's family, his whole generation is set for life, man. This motherfucker doesn't care about not one of us, man. Elon Musk, that South African motherfucker, he don't give a fuck about us. He doesn't. He doesn't. Vivek Ramaswamy, that stupid motherfucker. These damn people are billionaires, dude. We're the last people that they're thinking of. They're looking to get rid of us. They are getting rid of us, and anything that we're a part of, they are getting rid of. They're like, you don't need that. You don't need that. You know what you need to do is be a billionaire like me. Then we could talk. And that's the thing. They don't even talk to people like us. Do you know that? They don't talk to people like us because, quote unquote, we're not on their level. We don't think like them. We don't see life like they do it. Obviously not. They're cutthroat. They probably sucked a lot of dick to get where they are. They've probably taken it in the ass quite a few times just to get where they are, believe it or not. They probably did. They're not going to tell us that, but we know what time these guys are on, man. They're out there in their minds are elsewhere. This is why we think they're satanic. This is exactly why we think they're satanic. They never cared about us. So here's the thing, we know they don't care about us. We know they don't. Why the fuck do we care about them? Why? Why? Why are we giving them power? For what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, this is what's crazy. With all the threats, they're making threats, guys. Guys, they're making threats to remove these things. What have we said back to them? They're making threats to we're going to cut your program. We're going to cut your whatever, Medicaid, Medicare, your social security that you pay into still. If you have a 9 to fucking 5, guess what? You're paying into fucking social security. Believe it or not. You are. I am. Everybody is. We're paying into it. And then yeah, we're going to cut your social security. Yeah, we don't need it. We're billionaires, of course. No, hell no. We're cutting into your social securities. We're cutting into your insurance, car, life, this one, health, it doesn't matter. We're cutting into it. Dude, we haven't threatened them with anything. You know what we threatened them with? We're not going to reelect you. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's time where we're like, you know what? You could think you're going to cut whatever you want. You better reconsider. And then you know what? When we say it, we need to say it as one voice. Because it doesn't matter whether you're a glober, it doesn't matter whether you're a flat earther. We all fall under that same fucking umbrella, people. Wake the fuck up. We all fall under the same umbrella. All of us do. So we need to let these motherfuckers know, you're not my leader. You're not my leadership. If you cut this, you're making a big fucking mistake. And then we need to hit them where it hurts. Don't you know what? Voting is the last at this point, voting is the last thing. Voting is the last thing. And this is what they're going this is why to them AI is so important. And I've said this so many times because they're going to use the AI to use it against us. Because ultimately what's going to wind up happening is the military is going to get their better senses about them. The police are going to get their better senses about them and be like, hey, you know what? I'm being fucked over too. Why the fuck then am I taking care of these motherfuckers if they're gonna fuck me over after I fuck these people over who happen to be my neighbor, my mom, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, my brothers, my sisters? I'm fucking all of them over, my friends. But meanwhile, these guys don't give a fuck about me either. I'm them. I'm these people. I'm these broke motherfuckers that they call parasites that they don't give a fuck about, that they laugh at all the time. That they go on TV, they shake hands with us, and then as soon as the cameras turn, they fucking turn their noses up at us. That's exactly what they do. They don't give a fuck about us, man. And they don't have any respect for us, obviously, because they continue to lie to us right to our faces. You just had that idiot over there pretending to get his ear shot off. Meanwhile, what was it? Sunday he gets his ear shot off. Wednesday he has a brand new ear. Really? That's how this works? Man, look, no, I'm at one of those points, man. I'm at one of those points where I'm like, no, I've had enough. No, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm not scared, man, because hey man, they look, these guys, they know me. They know where to find me. I'm not even man, they know where to find me. I'm not even worried about it. I ain't even worried. Like there's nothing I could do really. You know what? You guys know me. People know me. I serve my country proudly. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm calling it like it is. We've given them way too many chances. We've given them way too many chances. We've given them way too many chances, man. Like their time is up. Their time is up. And whether they know it or not, like we need to recognize that it's not our time that's up, it's theirs. We need to let them know it's no. We're not going on lockdown. Y'all go inside. You guys stay home. We're gonna live. We're gonna live. Because this is what it is, man. We're masses for a reason. We're the masses for a reason. We're letting a group of people, a small group of people, tell us what to do. Do you know that? We're letting a small group of people tell us what to do. This is why this is why slavery was so effective against black folks, y'all. This is why it was so effective. They would make stories and have guns and everything else, but the slave masters knew if these slaves ever lost their shit, that's it for us. Think about it. Just think. Just think. All you got to do is think just a little bit. All you have to do is think just a little bit. So many slaves, able-bodied slaves, strong. But not once did they think to harm their master. There were a few slave revolts. That's not true. There were a few. The biggest one obviously was in Haiti, right? The biggest slave revolt where you talk about having enough. Look at the Haitian Revolution. It's funny how nobody I knew about the Haitian Revolution basically most of my life, right? But I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't really give it much credence because I was like, okay, slave revolt, big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. It's a pretty big fucking deal, right? There's a reason why a lot of this information was not really broadcast, right? We've seen movies like Roots. We've seen movies like Drum. We've seen movies like all of them. You pick a slave movie. Pick a slave movie. We've seen them all, right? But just just consider if those slaves were like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Give me that fucking whip, motherfucker. He whoop your ass a little bit. Just think about it. But it's things like pain of death, pain of shame, pain of seeing our families harmed. And there's so many of us. But here's the thing, it's the division at the end of the day. This is why we need to get with our communities. Community is so important. But also, we have to recognize that it's us versus a couple of them. So many of us versus a few of them. This is why they need the AI. This is why they need the AI. You guys ever watch G.I. Joe? I don't know if you were familiar with G.I. Joe. I used to watch G.I. Joe as a kid, right? I preferred Transformers. But there was a season, I think it was 1985, where Cobra was realized they didn't have too many people to waste on the battlefield. So you know what they did? They made bats, battle android troopers. Look it up. 1985, 1986, something like that, right? They made the battle android troopers. So the battle android trooper was a robot, basically, with a humanoid shape where they fought against the Joes. And Cobra didn't have to expend bad guys. They didn't have to expend human capital on fighting the Joes. It was bats all day, all night. People fought those robots. So this is what it seems to me that the governments, not just the US, but around the world, this is what this because they know we're getting to that point. We're getting to the point where we're like, we're done. We're tired. We're not doing that no more. That's not what we're doing. And then they're going to keep threatening us, and then we're not going to fucking blink. We're not going to bat an eyelash. We're not going to flinch. And then At that point, they're going to fucking turn up the heat. Mark my words, they're going to turn up the heat. They will. How they're going to do it? Just think about everything that you enjoy that you don't even think about doing, and remove it. That's how they're going to turn up the heat. Just remove it. Especially anything electronic driven, remove it. Street lights, remove them. Street lights, get rid of them. Local power, unless you have a generator, get rid of it. Gasoline pumps, get rid of them. Stores open, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Yep. They will do every and anything to get us under lock and key and in line and in step and in control. I'm telling you. Professor Phil, welcome, brother. It's good to see you. Roger, it's good to see you, family, and thank you. I appreciate you. Wow, and that's a really good point, Matthew Senko. Oh, I didn't even consider that. So, and that's another thing. $6 million man, chip me, Elon. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So these people are putting us in a place, they're trying to corner us into a place that many of us we don't want it. We really don't want it. But you have fools out there that don't know any better. They don't know. And I'm not calling them fools to call them idiots, but they're ignorant. They don't know. Yes, and starvation, absolutely. Food. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're going to be like, oh, I know I have nails somewhere at the bottom of the trash can somewhere around here. We're going to be digging through our own trash, many of us. Believe it or not, it's going to be a thing. Hunting and fishing will become world famous. But let me tell you something. This is what I foresee. They'll even poison the water just so you can't fucking fish. Or they'll fucking get a state trooper out there and be like, hey, if we catch you fishing, you're getting under arrest, or we're going to take everything you got. Or they'll get a game and wildlife person, like 3 or 4 of them armed to catch you fucking fishing. They're going to do crazy things like this. I'm telling you, things that you don't even think they'll do, they will do it. They will do it. So we have to be ready for it. And we have to prepare ourselves. We have to prepare our families. We got to tell our neighbors. Like these people, they're going to cut it. They're going to cut it all. But while they cut it, we need to tell them, we're done. You're not it. You're not it. You're not the lead. You ain't those folks. Y'all ain't it. Y'all ain't it. And we're done. Yeah. Yeah. See, ABC's got it right. She's going to be eating her pumpkins. I would be eating pumpkins, but the deer keep getting to them, and I haven't killed them. But now that I know I've got something to eat in the area, I know what I'm going to have for dinner. And if I need to field dress one, I will. That's right. Starvation. So make sure you got your water. Dojo family, you keep it up, brother. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, fam. Oak Sands in Alberta. This exactly. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm actually gonna look into doing that tomorrow, ABC. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And if they decide they want to jump in, well, they ain't jumping out. That's for sure. I'm gonna be sure of it. I'll be sure of it. Yep. Sprayed every day. Yep. Every day. Every day these guys are, well, every day, man. Every day these people just give us another reason as to why they're just showing us that they're not in charge, but they're making war with us. They're making us weaker. They're slowly killing us. They're making war with us. We're not making war with them. That's what. This is what I want you guys to know. We are not making war with anyone. They are making war with us. They are fighting with us. We haven't asked for any fight. But you want to know something? Stand by. Stand by, but be ready. Stand by, but be ready. Don't get ready. If you don't have to get ready if you are ready. Be ready. Do not trust these people. And they are not your leaders. They are not your fathers. They are not your gods or goddesses, whatever you pray to. They're not it. They are not it. They are not our leaders. Not at all. Not at all. They do not hold those titles. We're in the middle of something, and it's not pretty. There we go. Logical observations. What's happening, brother? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And man, all you guys that decided to log on in, Ionia Cannon, welcome, sis. It's good to see you. All you guys that decided to join us here, welcome. I'm sorry that I'm doing this ad hoc recording, but it was at the last minute, basically to discuss health being your wealth. Make sure you guys are eating the fruits, man. Eating your fruits, drinking your water, drink a lot of it, right? Make sure you have a lot on standby. Drink a lot of water, eat a lot of fruit, eat a lot of salad, so you can minimize the amount of stuff that you eat. Eat the stuff you don't want to eat. Salads, fruits, right? They're good for you. They're delicious. Take tinctures, right? Eat your vitamins. When you eat these things, it reduces the amount of food that you actually have to put into your body to keep nutrition in check, right? Unless you're pushing weight or you're doing some strenuous activity. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water, eating all your fruits and vegetables. They're relatively cheap compared to meat and everything else. Eat these things. Totally eat these things. Take care of your bodies, take care of your minds, take care of your spirits. Make sure you pray. Make sure you pray. The more you pray and we work on our insides, man, you won't be afraid of what's going on the outside. Work on that inside. Pray. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed to pray. Don't be ashamed to stop and pray throughout the day. That rhymes, by the way. That rhymes too. But stop and pray throughout the day. That's going to be my new motto. Stop and pray throughout the day. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Instead of picking up that cigarette, pray. Instead of picking up that drink, pray. Pray. It's okay to pray. It's okay to pray. You know what I'm saying? It's times like this, man. Prayer will bring clarity. Clarity will bring the right decisions and the right words to say. Don't worry about it, man. Pray. Work on the insides. Everything will be taken care of on the outside. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to think. These people are not our leaders. They're not. They're not. And we need to let them, you know what? We need to let our communities know that they're not. They've lost. They're lost. They've lost and they're lost. That's right. That's right. Shifty Shady. Shit, man. Yeah, when we're divided the way we are, that's not good. That's not good. We need to work on that division, y'all. Cause we all we got. Get rid. If you racist, get rid of that shit. If you racist, so you know some racist people, get rid of it. Cause we all we got. They think all of us, black, white, green, orange, red, Puerto Rican, Chinese, Arab, everybody. They think we all terrible, dude. They think we all parasites. They think we're all scum. They think we all that. They all think that this is what we are. We need to show them something different. We need to show them we're not scum, that we're actually in charge. And we're taking it from here. Thank you. You can have a seat. We don't have to sit there and harm anybody. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Wake this up first. Know that it's not them, it's us. It's us. We're the ones, it's not them. We are the ones, it is not them. They don't want us to know that. That's why they're saying, oh, we're releasing all this information that you guys should have known. But no, it's too late. You had fucking time to do that. It's too late for that. We're on to your fucking game. It is too late. No. So we need to tell them that, like, we've had enough. And all you Canadians out there, arm yourselves, man. All you Americans out there, arm yourselves. Because there's nothing worse than a place. People would think a place without leadership is an open sore. Well, when, God gives you corrupt leaders when you're a corrupt nation. When you're a corrupt people, God gives you a corrupt leadership. We need to turn this over. We need to turn over a new leaf. We're done. They're not our leadership. They do not speak for us. They speak against us. They do not speak for us. We need to know this. We need to know it. I don't know. I don't know, ABC or Awaken Nemesis. Dr. Bass Ackwards, what's happening, man? He's not going to do it. You know what? He's not going to do it. We can't work with Fauci. If we catch him on the street, that's a whole different story. If any of us catch him on the street, then we need to handle business accordingly. But other than that, he ain't. Y'all know. Y'all already know what it is. These people. It's the wolves defending the wolves. That's exactly what it is. We're a bunch of chicken and sheep, and then we're listening to wolves telling us how they're going to govern us. That's what it is. We can't trust them. Off-grid tribes, natives, etc. Yes, meditate. Meditate, pray. Don't be afraid to meditate. Don't be afraid to pray. Get all of that. Exactly. So, family, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this short. It's 2 a.m. here, and I got work in a few hours. So, that's real. You know what I'm saying? And I know many of you guys do as well. So, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I got to get my behind up and at 'em, and ready to take on this world. But yeah, man, we've had enough. We're done. We're tired. We're not. We need to get the word out. We need to let them know who they're not. We need to get the word out. We need to let them know who they are not. We need to let them know. We need to let them know and prepare, y'all. Prepare, family. Anyway, family, that's all I got. That's all I got for tonight. I wish y'all nothing but the best, family. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity, most of all wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Tune in tomorrow. We're gonna have a little show, I think around 8:30 tomorrow night. Okay, we're not gonna be in this car. Hopefully our internet is up and running. All right. And if not, we'll be in the car. Anyway, family, I wish you guys nothing but the best. Wisdom, 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 family. Skeptic 936, what's happening, bro? And with that, I love you. I'm out. Peace.